Okay, I know that I have plenty of co-ops planned and such, but honestly, this video that I found had so many comedic jokes I want to make, and I'm not passing this up. And to start my comedic timing here, for starters, if anything is said at certain comms, I usually randomize what avatars I'm going to be using for a commentary, and it landed on Jelly Jiggler. This commentary is food related. This is A363MTR Commentates Quickies, a side series where the runtime of this commentary is going to be underneath 10 minutes. This is Bomber Ratsu. We're going to be covering her. Normally I would get into detail with the context, but I'm saving that for later when it becomes a problem. Otherwise, let's not waste any more time, and let's begin.
Here, let me help you check out!
Hi!
Hi! Also, I wasn't kidding when I say that this commentary is food related.
So you might be wondering, why is my avatar a bowl of spaghetti? Don't ask.
After all that time, I was trying to be nice to you by saying hello back, and you're denying my overall privilege to ask you a question? I will send you to the fiery pits of hell and have you expelled for discrimination against me being a jelly!
I just wanted to do what the commentator in question was doing with their avatar. So hi!
Them double haze though.
On the F.O.X commentator's commentary on Umbrus, and then this popped up on in the material chat. So here's context, and I'm actually gonna give you context with an entire chain, so bear with me.
Actually, let's not. In fact, I'm going to do your job for you, so give me a second. Tori5 made an Everything Wrong with parody on the Pokemon Generation 1 games, and then ZachGoesRed made a video responding to that. Temporal Times Commentaries did a commentary on that, then Emerald's World did a commentary on that, and then Veritas did a commentary on that. With the exception of Veritas using Katy Perry as an avatar, as this is the main focus of the discussion, ignore everything in this degree chain because they are not relevant, trust me. Also ignore Pepper Tay's degree, but do keep in mind of Umbrus's commentary as she gets on to Pepper Tay for being too preachy about the Katy Perry avatar bit. Now, for the degrees that are necessary, the Commentator did a commentary on Umbrus's commentary on that, to which Slumber slapped him on the face, F.O.M slapped back, to which Portrait God served F.O.M a nice bowl of oatmeal. And as you all know, Bomber Ratsu stole F.O.M's meal in front of him, to which I smash a hole in the wall and yell about Aquaman for whatever reason.
Fucking Aquaman!
Now, why did I mention this context here instead of at the beginning? Because Bomber here decides to mention everybody in this chain, not just those who also covered Veritas.
Veritas was commentated by 6 other people, including Umbrus, Better the Human, which was a Joe commentary. I only added him because it was on the wiki and it was covered by him, so I added him onto the chain.
But also on the other side to where ShadowWolf777 did a commentary on Emerald's World too, which resulted in Doodle and F.O.M covering that.
ShadowRuff777 isn't really important as they were only covered by Doodle Tones and F.O.M, and no one wanted to fight on that end of the stick more of Veritas since he was a bandwagon.
And I get it, this chain is a mess and a half, but some of these are not even relevant to the discussion in your own video. Like, seriously, how is Daisy's pregnancy related to the video when it wasn't even discussed?
I'm pregnant now.
Here, let me help you check out!
So Slumber did a commentary on my recent commentary on Umbrus, and, well, I didn't think it was particularly good, so I'm going to cover it.
No shit. I thought you were going to cover it because it was amazing.
No context? We're just thrown into the video, which is why I decided to add context before we even began. We're not even given anything. We're just strapped in without notice.
No. Actually, I would argue that Portrait didn't need to. F.O.M gave out some of the context that Slumber did a commentary on F.O.M's commentary on Umbrus. Frankly, with how Portrait's video went, they didn't need to explain anything nor bring back any of the rest of the degree chains.
But on to what Portrait was saying, this isn't really a good point to make, as it literally adds nothing to what he was even explaining.
Even though Portrait was arguing that what F.O.M was trying to say was a no-duh statement after F.O.M stated, I had issues with this, as commentaries are mainly used to debunk and criticize, but go off.
Also, this isn't even a good point to start with, like, okay, thank you for giving us nothing. Cool?
I mean, portraits had more substance than you explain why it was nothing or why it wasn't a good point to start off with. I mean, you could have just argued that portraits was nitpicking to hell and back, but no! We're not allowed to have nice things! I wanted chicken tenders and french fries, but all we got was spaghetti! I don't like spaghetti!
Stop fingering everything! I'm a child of God!
If TP really took the view of Umbrus, that being that it does matter and is worth criticizing, and not the view of people like myself and Pepper, that being it doesn't matter and isn't really worth criticizing.
Do not use real people. It is weird. For the most part, one could not give a shit about if you use people as your stills. I believe it is weird, but I won't comment on it. But if someone is using a 100-year-old political figure who is horrible, I might have problems with it. That is all I wanted to speak out.
Them double buys though.
I'm gonna play this for you since you cut him off before even making a point. I'm also gonna play the rest of what he was trying to say since you don't even try to get the context of the video.
I mean, I guess, but you can't use what—
Wait a minute. Where's Umbrus's, F.O.X first time, and Slumber's point? I'd ask this because in your next point in this interjection, you say this.
Also, your point literally has nothing to do with what F.O.X was even saying. Like, how does this correlate to what he was even talking about in the first place?
And you are correct on this. Portrait is force-feeding F.O.X. some oatmeal down his throat with the secret ingredient being subjective opinions. But I'd argue that adding in Umbrus's, F.O.X. first time and Slumber's point in as well would have been a lot more sense since you're not leaving your audience out. No joke, I was originally going to argue that you were adding in unnecessary information again and then argue that you didn't get Portrait's point. I didn't because I reached your second point in this interjection that I had to stop myself to think, wait, what was Slumber's point in this chain? Also, as a slight nitpick, but you could have sped up your clip because it was kinda dragging your video. Anyways, I think I need to address your YouTube avatar in the room. Why are you doing a commentary on a troll? And then doing it seriously. Now, I'm not sure if you actually know this, but—
So, I think this is a joke video. But even then, this doesn't really make me laugh as much as, huh? Like, don't get me wrong, I get what you were trying to do, but their jokes come off as flat and come off as confusing. The points were either cutting big portions of the video to make a big point, or not even making a point at all. I don't have anything else, since I wanted to get a bit easier on this, but also wanted to make a point on it, since I think this is a troll, but whatever.
Oh. So you do recognize that it's a troll. Okay, well, it looks like you were just feeding a troll. How coincidental. A troll in this situation was a literal bowl of oatmeal. Now, I'm not saying that you can't do a commentary on a troll. You can do that if you have issues with the comedy aspects of it. However, with you taking their point seriously, I'm sorry, but you're doing it wrong and you're just feeding the troll unnecessarily. Anyways, what are my final thoughts? I'm gonna rate the fridge. You guys haven't quenched my hunger.